Hey everybody, it's Ed Connerkey. Welcome to Connerkey's Corner. Hope everybody's doing well. Well, it's that time of the year again. No, not college basketball season. It's income tax season. Yeah, that wonderful time of the year that you love getting all that paperwork together and trouncing over to your professional tax preparer to do your taxes. Yeah, it's that time of the year again, and I want to make sure I point out to you a couple things that you don't forget to do so that you can maximize your tax deductions and minimize your adjusted gross income. So a couple things that I want to point out in the mortgage environment are the things that are tax deductible. And obviously we've got mortgage interest, property taxes, and still this year, and even including 2011, Congress has extended the deductibility of mortgage insurance if you pay that. So I want to go through the documents you need to put together to get to your professional tax preparer. And I did say that, professional tax preparer. Yeah, we talked about this before and I'll say it again. You should be getting advice from a professional when you do this. Obviously, if there's a medical issue, a legal issue, and a mortgage issue, of course, you turn to a professional. You should be doing the same when you do your taxes. And if you don't have a professional tax preparer doing it for you, if you're trying to do this on your own, or if you're having a friend do it, don't. Go to a professional tax preparer, one that's willing to sign the form with you, so therefore if there's a problem, an audit, he or she will be with you on your side to handle that. So use a professional to do this. And again, if you don't know one, we can get you in contact with one in your area to take care of it for you. And why this is so important is that I saw a recent study that showed that there are, check this out, over 67,000 pages to the IRS tax code currently. So many that even the IRS commissioner himself is on record. Douglas Schulman, the IRS commissioner, is on record as saying that he doesn't even do his own taxes. Here's the commissioner of the IRS saying that he uses a professional tax preparer, that he's used one for years. He uses one because it's very convenient, and most importantly, this is what he says, quote unquote, he uses one because it is a very confusing tax code. So obviously the complex tax code that's there is even confusing for the IRS commissioner, so therefore you shouldn't do it and you shouldn't go at it all alone. So when you're putting your documents together for your house, obviously let's touch on those three areas of the mortgage insurance, the property taxes, and the mortgage interest. The forms that you need to make sure you've gotten in the mail, and you should have already because these forms should have been sent out by rule the 31st of January. Now we recommend our clients not to go and file till February 15th or later, so there's plenty of time that these come together and you have them in your possession. But what you should be looking for is this form. Try to give you a visual of it. That's a mortgage interest statement, a form 1098. This would be sent to you by your bank or your mortgage company. This form will actually serve as the purpose of a couple of things. One, this is going to show you your mortgage interest that you paid to the bank, the mortgage insurance that you paid, and if you paid any points or fees at closing, if you refinanced or bought a home last year, that would be on that form too. So look out for your mortgage interest statement, your form 1098. Now remember, if you did do a refinance last year, you're going to see two of these because you're going to see one for the old mortgage and one for the new mortgage. If you bought last year, same thing. One for the mortgage you had on the old house, one for the mortgage on the new. If you hold two mortgages, a first and a second mortgage, you should see a form for each of those. So you may see multiples of these. Also, I need to point out to you something that not too many people realize. I've even heard a couple of people that do taxes for a living not understand this or explain this well. So let me make sure I explain it. This form is required when there's more than $600 that was paid out. If less than $600 was paid off, you won't get a form on that. And therefore, you need to make sure that you have a settlement statement. Now, why would you have less than $600 if you did a refinance last year, if you bought a home last year? And on this form, it will list, on the settlement statement or the HUD-1, it will list the daily interest you paid at closing, which is still tax deductible, but may not have eclipsed the $600 mark. So when I do my taxes, my own personal taxes, and obviously recommend you too, is I have both of these in front of me, just so nothing falls through the cracks. If I had done a purchase or a refinance during the year, I make sure I bring in both. If you had the same mortgage throughout the year, then you're just looking for your 1098. Now mortgage insurance is deductible again this year. Now Congress has to change that every year. So every year we sort of go by hoping that they keep extending it, they keep extending it, and they have again for this year. But remember, there are income restrictions on that. So everything we talk about here, obviously, again, check with that professional tax preparer so that you've got all the rules and regulations that are specific to your situation. And again, if you don't have a professional tax preparer, we'll be more than happy to put you in touch with one that's in your area, people we've talked to, people we've vetted, and we know that they'll take great care of you and maximize, again, your deductions, minimizing your taxable income. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, this is sort of like going to the dentist. We've got to do it. There's no choice in it. And if we don't, we're going to have to pay the price. So just make sure that we proactively go at it, so when we meet with that tax preparer that they, again, take full advantage of all the deductions you have for you so that you can pay the least amount, keep it in your hands so that you can do wisely with that money. Hope you enjoyed this Connor Key's Corner. And again, do reach out to us if you have any questions on any of this. I'll try to include some links so you see what those forms are. Or if you do need a tax preparer to guide you through this fun time of the year. Hope you enjoyed this Connor Key's Corner. Talk to you next time.